Welcome to European Startup Universe Info Day number 3 panel discussion between last year's startup founders and an angel investor that participated in the last year's program. And then by the end, we're going to have time. Welcome, Thanos Patronage.
So thanks a lot, Maurizia. It's my pleasure to meet you all tonight and see some friends and some supporters of the previous version of European Startup Universe. Tonight it's a special day because we are going to talk about European Startup Universe, the next and updated version of Greek Startup Universe, the program that we make it in order to support and in order to give access to the best startup resources to early stage startup founders from all over the world that coming from nations from the European Union. So this program we made because we've seen and we understand what the issues that an early stage startup face. And we understand it by running startups. And we've seen that we don't have the same opportunities like other startups in the world. Especially if you're starting something in a small city or in a rural area, you don't have the same opportunity like in other countries in the world. The opportunities until now are not the same like there are in the major tech hubs like Silicon Valley or London or Berlin. So we would like to give this access to the tools, to the opportunities like network and funding to every early stage startup founder. We believe that this is going to make the ecosystem flourish and help the startups make their next steps. And this could create a social and economic impact to our societies, to our nations. And of course, this is the only way that we're going to have progress as humankind. So welcome to this European Startup Universe event. I'm welcoming you, and also I invite you to join and register the European Startup Universe on the website, on our website, thisstartupuniverse.org. So thanks a lot, and I wish you have a great event today.
Thank you very much, Thanos. Now we're going to hear a little message from Eva Kaili. She is the ESU ambassador as well as
Hello everyone, thank you Mr. Paraskos for the invitation. I'm really delighted to support the European Startup Universe, one of the biggest projects for early stage EU tech startups. The European countries, they do have the people and the resources to accelerate our tech ecosystem. It is quite positive to see people from different countries coming together to help tech founders take the next step. Such initiatives help Europe innovate, pioneer, and move forward. I'm inviting you to join this journey, either as a participating tech startup founder or a supporter of the European Startup Universe, and create a massive network full of opportunities for everyone in Europe. Let's make Europe the new global powerhouse for startups. And we know that we need more solutions, we have more emerging technologies, and you have to think out of the box to provide us with your ideas. And this is something that Europe will always support, and we need to invest even more. And this is what we plan to do. Thank you, and good luck with your activities today.
Have her with us today. I would like us to move on to the panel discussion. I want to welcome Jerome Mayu to the discussion today. Hi, everyone. Can everyone hear me properly?
Yes. Yes, hi.
That's good. Yes, I would like us to begin. I'm very happy to have you here today, and I think it would be very nice for the viewers to get to know you a little bit more. So maybe, Michael, could you begin with telling us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name is Mike Panessis. I'm the executive director of the Stephen Dorfman Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at California Lutheran University. We're in Thousand Oaks, California, just north of Los Angeles. Prior to my career in academia, I'm not an academic. I was an entrepreneur, and I've been an angel investor for the past 12 years. I was a member of Tech Coast Angels, which is one of the largest groups in the world that covers all of Southern California, and Santa Barbara Angel Alliance, a smaller group in Santa Barbara, California.
That's
And
great.
I'm thrilled to be
have
here.
you
Thank
here.
you for inviting me.
Well, thank you. And Jerome, if you are still here with us, do you have some time to tell us a bit about yourself and who you are? Maybe if Jerome is not really with us right now, how is Fenja? Are you able to hear us? It seems like, okay, I think maybe then you and I will keep on and then we'll see what
Let's
happens. Yeah. So, you were part of last year's program. Could you tell me, what was it like for you? What did you do?
I didn't know. I honestly didn't know exactly what to expect. If you can't tell from my last name, you can tell from my nose and my eyebrows. I'm of Greek heritage. I don't speak Greek. I have an emotional connection to Greece. When Thanos reached out to me and asked me to be a part of the program, it was one of the easiest decisions I had to make all year. I've been Cal Lutheran has an executive MBA in Europe program, and I teach entrepreneurship in Austria, and had seen a groundswell of interest in entrepreneurship in Austria over the time I was teaching there, and I was thrilled and excited to see so much entrepreneurial activity that was centered in Greece, and wanted to be a part of it. And I'm excited that the startup universe is expanding to the rest of Europe. I think there are so many opportunities that are overlooked, and I say this. I say this with a little bit of regret for my own country, but I think that the European continent, especially, and we'll throw the UK in as well, has the potential to be our equal when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that is the hope for the future. I see that Fenja, you are back with us.
Yeah, hello.
Yes. Yes. I asked you before, but it seems like you were, the internet connection wasn't too stable. But I would like, could you tell me a bit about what you do and who you are?
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that. Hello, and thank you for having me here. My name is Fenja, and I am the co-founder of Dataphoria. At Dataphoria, we have developed an analytics as a service platform for sustainability-driven enterprises who want to track, improve, and communicate their sustainability transition. We integrate internal and open data to simplify sustainability data management. Sorry?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can keep on.
Yeah. So I was saying that we integrate internal and open data to simplify sustainability data management and enable automated monitoring and prediction of ESG and the business-related KPIs. Dataphoria was established 1 year ago. I'm a civil and environmental engineer, And I had the technical background, but felt I lacked the business knowledge to take my first steps as an entrepreneur. I had to change my mindset and discover a whole new world in business. And I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to attend the Greek Startup Universe program last year because it gave me knowledge, new perspective, useful tools, and inspiration to start.
And that's great to hear. Could you give a bit more of example?
Well, I didn't
Were
hear
you
the question,
able
sorry.
to hear me? Maybe there is a little bit of delay here.
Yeah.
Sorry, then we take it again. Yeah, I would like to know how
Yeah.
the program last year helped you launch your product.
Okay. Well, if I could highlight some, things from the program that helped us to launch our program, first of all, I would say that we did get so much knowledge from the libraries, from the Q&A sessions, from our from other founders. I would say for a start that the weekly updates really help the team to set goals and monitor their progress while we were trying to organize our time and work. And we did have these amazing angel investors we had the chance to meet. We were still building our business model when we met them, and their help and advice were significant to us to make our next steps. Mr. Panesis is one of them, and we thank him for this. So I think that the whole program helped us in so many ways.
Was there anything in particular that stood out to you that was particularly helpful?
Well, yes, as I mentioned, all the tools and the structure of the program gave us the
Is
opportunity
there a
to
bit of
organize.
delay here, maybe?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Keep on,
It's
keep
okay.
on.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
We can
So
hear you.
as okay. Okay. Sorry. As I said, we all the tools we had to use helped us with our structure, and we learned so many new things. Um, and I believe that the program helped us to get introduced into the startup world here in Greece and in the EU. So I would say that the connections were one of the most important things.
So when you, if you imagine that you haven't been able to be part of this program,
Please tell me again. I
were
couldn't
you
hear
able
you.
to hear me?
Maybe I should turn off my camera.
Having a bit of internet connection issues here.
Yeah.
Maybe you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you, but not clearly.
Okay, let's try again. I would like to ask you, if you were to imagine that you didn't take part of this program, what do you think your career would be right now?
Well, I can say for sure that the program accelerated my progress and Dataforia's progress. Okay, as I said, I had no experience from the business world, so it really helped me personally to develop, some skills and learn so many new things. So I think that if we didn't have the chance to attend the program, maybe we would be we would have a more slow development with our work.
And how was the relationship, or how is the relationship between the experts and the angel investments that you were able to get in contact with? How has your relationship evolved during the year?
When we met the investors, we were in an early stage, so we had to go back and work on all these things they mentioned that we should do, and we hope to go back to them really soon. And we had some connections with the other founders, but unfortunately we didn't have the chance to meet them in person. So we hope sometime to have the chance to meet them, because this is priceless to us to have our partners face to face. And we hope we could connect more with them in the future.
Yes, very, very much. And I see that, Michael, you're back. We're very happy to have you back here again. I would just like to ask you the same question. The relationship, the people that you met, the startups from last year, how has the relationship been? Have you kept in touch with them from last year?
I've kept in touch with a few of them. Something Fenya said that I very much agree with is a lot of the startups I spoke to were still very early stage and not quite ready for angel investment, but making progress in that direction. I was really pleased to see all of the startups making progress without outside investment. I think that's a very important aspect of being an entrepreneur is that willingness to take the next step, not knowing what's coming, not knowing where whether you'll be able to fund next month or even next week, with an eye toward building a product that really resonates with your customers. But I think every startup I spoke to had a good vision of where it needed to be in a year, and what it needed to do to be successful. And if it didn't, that it was actively experimenting with business models to try to find that perfect state.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And you have mentioned it before, but you have, of course, much experience from how the startup field looks like in the US. But how would you say that is there a strength, or what are the strengths of startups from Europe compared to the US?
In general, it feels like European startups feel their mission more. In the U.S., especially on the West Coast, in the general neighborhood of Silicon Valley, entrepreneurship is about growing a company really big and then selling it to someone else. And it's not that we don't consider sustainability to be important, but in general, the social part of the mission is maybe secondary, and many of the European startups I speak to put it front and center, make it an assumption rather than a nice to have when it comes to how they build their business and what they expect to accomplish from it, and that's refreshing. I had it's years ago now. When I was in Austria, I had a conversation after a presentation about how angel investing works, and I talked about exits with an entrepreneur who came up to me after the session and asked, "Why in the world would I want to spend all that time and effort and take all that risk to build something and then sell it?" And you see in Europe a lot more generational wealth, a lot more companies that have been around for for 100 years or more, and I hope that that we see more of those kinds of companies from this batch of emerging startups that build something that lasts.
That's very nice, and to have a bit of heart maybe within the startup world here in Europe. But how would you say? Are there any clues to know if European startups are investable in the US?
Yeah, I think for VCs, yes, absolutely. There's so much liquidity among VCs right now that it can't possibly be absorbed in Silicon Valley or California. Most of the top tier Sand Hill Road VCs seem to be seeking startups wherever they're successful. I think for angel investors, it's a little bit different, especially angel groups, where you have a group of people who are uh, uh, evaluating startups together and then deciding whether they want to invest individually, where they tend to be much more about local startups. And by local, that could mean a big geographic area, like Tech Coast Angels really does cover all of Southern California. But they like their startups, they like their investments to be local. They like to be able to meet with their portfolio companies individually and have that sense that if something goes wrong, I'm nearby to help. And that's not to say that they don't invest elsewhere in the country or elsewhere in the world, but by and large, they like to invest alongside other angel groups that are near the startup. So I think along with this wave of European startups needs to come a wave of angel investors who are local, who make the initial contact with the startup, do the deal evaluation, do the due diligence, invest themselves, and then represent the European startups to investors in the United States. But it's very much a local activity. Most angel investors you speak to, at least most that I know, I think if you ask them what they invest in, they'll tell you the same things. They'll tell you the team. They're looking for a big opportunity. But what I think doesn't get mentioned as much that that is worth mentioning is that most angels who have been at it for a long time have more failures than they do successes. And what they're really looking for is risk mitigation. What is it about your startup that uh, is going to make you more successful? That is going to ensure that you last compared to the next one, because most of them do fail. And I think a lot of founders overlook that. What do I mean by that? Do you have customers? Do you have a product? Do you have testimonials? How many of your customers have you spoken to? But these data points that when you show them to an investor is going to make them confident that you're making progress. You're on your way to building a business with an underlying business model that's repeatable and sustainable.
Okay, oh, that's very interesting and very valuable to have those sort of insights, especially for someone looking to get funding, to know what people are really looking for.
Yeah.
But do you have any tips on how to move on from, if you are established in the market in the EU? How do you move on to expand to the US?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure I have a great answer for it. Certainly if you're a technology company, if you're a software company, it's easier because it's easier to sell your product globally than if something you make and you have to worry about customs. I think finding that first customer is a good step, and getting them using your product, paying for it, and being willing to give a testimonial. And I think we're at a little bit of an inflection point with that. Like I look at Cal Lutheran, where we use software to collect applications from founders for programs that we run, and we run a competition for our students. And the software that we're using to accept applications is from a Romanian software company. It's called Metabeta. It's a wonderful product. It does just about everything we need it to do, and it's every bit as good as software an app we could have bought from an American company. I just got an inquiry from an angel investor friend of mine asking about a deal flow management app, and it comes from an Estonian company. I think that as we get used to subscribing to apps, we maybe will worry a little bit less about where the software engineers are and what it does for us. And I think that levels the playing field.
Okay, oh, that's very interesting. I see that Jerome, you're back. Yeah, I think let's hope that everything runs smoothly from now on. But yes, I'm very happy to have you here, and I would like just to ask you. You were part of last year's program. How was that experience for you? And can you tell me a bit more about Captain Book and so on? Okay, I can for sure imagine that it's a roller coaster as well, but also a hardworking but pleasant experience. Were there any moments that really stood out to you that you felt like you really carried with you throughout this year? Oh, sorry. Were the pillars of the program? Was there anything that you took with you during this year? Okay. Yes, I can hear you, but I am. Oh no, it seems like yes, we can hear you. You are also you don't live in a big city or near a tech hub, and it will be interesting to how did the program help you in that way? Maybe would you like me to repeat? Yes, would you like me to repeat the question perhaps? Okay. I'm sorry, Jerome. It seems like there is a technical issue. The audience cannot hear you. I'm sorry, but we can hear you here. I'm very, very sorry. All right. I not. These are the unexpected things that happen sometimes with the internet connections. All right. So now we have Fenya and we have Michael here, still standing strong with their internet connections. Uh, would you, for this year's program, is there anything that you would like to see this year?
Well, first of all, I'm thinking of changing my name to Technical Difficulties. Then people can say, I just ran into technical difficulties and it wasn't that bad an experience. I think the internet is revolting. They know the pandemic, it knows the pandemic is ending and it's making our lives difficult. So, anyway, what would I like to see differently? The more advanced notice we have to take a look at the startups, what they've developed so far, what their products are, is helpful. I think that having a place where we can communicate, like a Slack group or something like that, uh, that's a little more private and a little easier to organize, might be helpful. But I don't. You don't need a lot of technology to run a program like this. I think that having that personal interaction is very important, and uh, I'm I'm really excited that you're expanding to other countries. I think that's something else that I enjoy about European startups is they really do have their own cultural flavor to them that uh, could be a good investing experience, but it always seems to be a learning experience for me.
Absolutely. Oh, it's a big change, the expansion for
Yeah.
sure. Fenya, what would you like to see from this year's program?
Well, for sure, some Tuesday nights I miss the Q&A sessions, with the experts. They were so inspiring. So I would definitely keep it this part. But I really like the expansion to the European countries as well. It will be really interesting. And we had some sessions with the other founders during the program, and they were really interesting. And I suppose that this year they're going to be extra interesting. So I think that you should, maybe have more of them. I remember we just had 2 or 3 last year, but I think that you should have more.
something I've noticed in Europe that I don't know that it's necessarily related to the program, but that I think there's room for improvement compared to the ecosystem in the US is getting inventions, innovations, and technologies out of university labs and into the hands of customers, accelerating that process, working with the universities to understand how that might be a valuable revenue stream for them, and the importance of sharing what they've created with the world. It seems to go a little slower, and I'd like to see it speed up. But it would be great if the startup universe worked with research universities on programs.
Yes, absolutely. And that, as you said, would be an opportunity for speeding up the process a bit. I see, Jerome, you are back. Yes, we're happy to have you back. Yes, I would like you to. Want to ask you the same questions as we have been talking about right now. What would you like to see in this year's program? Yes, absolutely. It seems like we're still having the problem of we can hear you, but on YouTube it's not, unfortunately. These are yeah, very much, very much. It's a roller coaster ride. But yeah, but Michael, the startups that you were monitoring and giving advice to and so on from last year from Greece, then uh, how was the process of them moving on to the global market?
It was something I tried to help them with. They're going back to a question you asked me earlier. Another way for European startups to get into the U.S. market is to find U.S. partners. And I know we tried to do that with one of the startups that was in the hospitality industry, and that happens to be a sector I've invested in a few times. And I tried to make connections with American companies that I thought were complementary, or in some cases where I could. There were one of the startup Intellig, the startup that did smart thermostats, is helping them understand the market and where their best opportunities might be to find a first customer. So there was that. I because it was very clear quickly that not many of the startups were investable yet by the standards that I use for early stage angel investors. We shifted the conversation to, all right, well, what can we do to help you take the next step, to help you find customers, to help you make progress. Oh, another one. It was a startup that was making a switching system for the railroads. And I happen to have a friend who used to be the head of transportation for a big company or a technology company that supplied. It turned out he didn't know railroads. It was, I think it was air travel instead. But it's very important to me when you mentor in a program like this, and we tell our mentors the same thing for our students. It's the introductions you make, it's the insight that you can provide that's just as valuable as the investment. So I tried to do as much of that as I could.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very, very much for being here to share your experience from last year and really giving insight and advice to everyone. And yes, I'm very, very happy to have spoken to you, and we thank you all a lot for coming today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So next up, we are going to hear from Panagiotis. You have some things to say about this year's program. So welcome to the stage, Panagiotis.
Can you hear me? Okay, I hope that everyone can hear me now. Hi, thank you for joining here today. We're very glad that you joined again at the second info day. Thank you very much for the participants before too. Sorry for the technical problems. We wish that the main message was transferred to you, that the startups get benefited and investors want to talk with other startups. And I'm going to make a brief presentation to you about what is European Startup Universe, why we started, our mission, our values, our goals, into 3-4 minutes. Okay, so our mission is to make Europe the new global powerhouse for startups. And in a short sentence, we connect early stage EU startups with stakeholders, all the innovation stakeholders, in 6-week online national programs. Our entire action is under held of the European Commissioner, Mariya Gabriel, who is a member of the European Commission for Innovation, Research and Culture. Okay, so why we are doing all of this? We faced 3 main challenges. The first one was that efforts are scattered and not connected, startups that not cooperate with each other, but a lot of times working together, working alone and isolated. The second one was that the European tech startup communities are not well connected to major tech startup hubs, big companies, unicorn startups that can help them and provide them their insights. And finally, we saw that startups in provisional areas like Greece, that the program started, have no or limited access to great startup resources. In a world where US dominates, Silicon Valley and Asia is trying to catch up, Europe is behind, and we want to connect and bridge this gap. So everything started last year, as the participants talked before, with a Greek Startup Universe, which was a similar program that was held for 6 weeks. Here you can see a lot of comments about the program, and more than 300 startups had participated last year, and more than 420 founders. And after they filled their weekly updates and they spoke with more than 45 experts and speakers, that finally led to a lot of advanced synergies and discussions and investment opportunities of more than 30 startups. And as you can see, we asked them what is the best thing of the session of last year, and we got a lot of answers. The most important issue is that startups found similarities. The co-founders would be able to talk with each other as they were like-minded people and network that could help them personally and professionally. And finally, it was a chill and a friendly environment. So after that successful program at Greece, we aimed to accelerate this in a European level. And now we have 9 countries that are willing to participate in these different programs. For the overview, it is a free initiative. And as I said, our value is that the early stage startups, we want to connect them with founders, established founders, investors, great engineers, experts, lawyers, business developers, academics, through our national massive programs. For the timeline, we are now 1 week before the registrations are closing, and they have already been open from January. This is the second promo online event we are doing. And at 1st of March, for most of the countries, the program are going to start, and they're going to be 6 weeks through our platform, Founderhood, that we will invite you to join. The programs are going to end at 15 April. And after that, you have the possibility to connect with all the early stage startups and EU angels. We will also have one closing event near May, to share all the outputs of all these different programs. So what does the EU Tech community consist of? It consists of private sector, of course, with a lot of EU corporates and people from there, multinationals, EU executives, VCs, and EU angel investors. We will have also some people from research and academia, from universities, R&D centers, and entrepreneurship clubs. Of course, the community of incubators and accelerators, as well as organizations. And finally, we have some chambers, EU embassies, the support of European Commission and other institutions. Okay, let's go to the pillars of the 6-week online programs. We have, first of all, the workshops that are online sessions covering topics such as sales, marketing, how to build your MVP, how to start with the early stage startup, held from very well-known speakers. We have also office hours that are Q&A talks with top startup founders, angel investors, and other investors that you can join and ask them everything you want to build. We have the community. These are forums. You can go there and ask other startup founders, ask lawyers, look for synergies, look for hiring people, and more ideas and tools from others through our forums. The other thing is the educational content. We have gathered the best, we think, articles and videos and documents that can help you build your startup and accelerate it with sales and marketing and business development topics. And there are also some perks, discounts for your startup, for domains you can use, tools. We have partnered with some companies that can help you with that. And finally, I think the most important thing that everyone before said is the one-on-one online meetings that you have free access to all the people. You can ask them for a meeting, the experts, the corporates, lawyers, people that can help you and are willing to help you. All of these are going to happen via our platform, the Founderhood platform, that was already built from last year. And here you can see you can build your startup profile at the start, write basic info about you, and then there's the library section with all the educational content and articles, and the landing page here, and also all the videos are going to be included there via our platform and recordings. And there will also be some progress records. Every week you have to fill a weekly update just to inform about what you are doing and how you are progressing, because finally we want you to scale and build and get better. So these weekly reports will help you. We have a lot of people working on the European Startup Universe. Here you can see all of them right now. We're working on marketing and sales and operations. Thank you, all of you, for helping European Startup Universe become possible and help us. And now you can see that we have 9 different countries, so 9 different national programs that you can join. You can select your own, whatever you think is the best for you, that can help you. So we have Romania, Slovenia, Greece, Spain, France. Here we have Luxembourg and Hungary who are going to cooperate with each other. So it's going to be 1 program instead of 2. And especially this is going to be in English. So if you are from another country, you can join at this one. And Cyprus, and finally Croatia. Our results so far, you can see them here. We have already more than 500 startups that have joined in our national programs. And thank you, all of you, so far. You know, this is the start. Nothing has started yet. But thank you very much for joining. And we wish you that you will have the best program. We have also 100 plus experts. And we have partnered with 100 different organizations so far. And we have 15 angel investors and 4 ambassadors. Here you can see our ambassadors. It's Alex Farset, Alar Kolk, Fabrizio Porino, and Eva Kaili. Thank you so much for supporting our initiative, and I wish you the best. Finally, here are some of the experts and speakers that are going to help us and help you become better. Here you can see their names and some of them. And finally, here you can see some of the companies that we have partnered with. There are more than 100, as I said. And thank you very much too. So I want to clarify again our mission. Why we started was because we think that startups want some help, want some synergies, want to learn from people that know, from experts, that people who can share their knowledge and help them. And we try to bridge this gap, of Europe. We hope that you will get a lot of benefits from joining in our free programs. And we do that as a non-profit. We won't gain nothing of it, but we just want to build a better startup environment and help Europe become better and accelerate the whole mission. Thank you very much for hearing to me and this presentation. And now you can ask your questions at the chat, and me and Thanos are going to answer them. Thank you. Maritza, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, now I can hear you. Yes, so just ask your questions and we are here to answer all of them. So just anything big and small, there are no dumb questions. We have one question here. What is the timeline of the program?
Thanos, you want to answer?
I think you are, you have done your warm up, so you are ready to talk about it.
Okay, yeah. So the timeline for most countries, the program is going to start on 1st of March, and it's going to be for 6 weeks until 15th of April, except Hungary and Luxembourg, who are going to start the program a little later. The topics will cover a lot of different areas, such as how to build MVP, how to do your elevator pitch, how to do sales, marketing, and it depends on each country organizer and what he selected. So choose carefully your national program for the timeline.
We have another question here. What is the line between early stage and ready to fund? How can we assess this?
So let's say that the startups that could get value out of our program are from idea stage to Series A stage. That's the level that we believe that can be benefited out of this program. Because if you are an early stage startup, you could probably want to meet other people. That can be done through the community access that we give. Also to meet some experts and discuss with them. Also to share with the rest of the people and at the office hours to see what's going on, to see some best cases. So that's part, and also the educational material are ideal for the very early stage startups. Also, I'm talking about idea stage startups. But if you are in Series A, at the level of Series A, so you have got funding, then you will probably looking for more angel investors or strategic investors. Then the network that through the program is provided to the community of European Startup Universe, I think that will help you make your next step and expand to a new market. So the expert sessions and also the angel investor meetings, you could be benefited if you see and find people that match your needs and match your profile and expand to the country. So our experience through the previous program is that We help startups to have access to the fourth continent, to the fifth continents of the world. So there were people from across the world, from Chile to Australia, from Canada to China. So you could find opportunities, so you could find access to network that is quite important, no matter the level that you are. And of course, I'm gonna respond on questions that I've seen. Some of the programs will be in English, so for sure it will be Luxembourg and Slovenia. And also, as far as we know, Cyprus is also in English. The program will be provided in English. So these programs provide the content and the whole meetings in English. So you could join this one if you'd like to have an English content. And if you are aware, also Hungary and Croatia are in English too. So I've seen another question. So excuse me, Mauriza, because Juan Renu is asking. So when am I going to speak? So I'm here to answer in any question, Juan. So thanks a lot.
And about the other national programs, they are going to be in the language, the native language, along as with some English language sessions. So the others are part native, are part English.
Yes, I see we have one more question. Is this a full-time program? Is it full-time in business hours?
So this program is an open program. What does it mean? It means that you will have the access to the network. So everybody that registers the program have access to the network. So you could get things as you wish. So you can arrange a meeting with the experts at the time that it's possible for you. So and the same time it fits the experts needs. So you could find the material, the educational material, anytime. You can text to the community anytime that you'd like to meet. Oh, for sure, the office hour sessions will not be anytime. So there will be specific times and hours. So you have to check out the national program to see what time and which days weekly we have the office hour sessions. This will be announced for sure early next week. So I'm talking about the office hours, but the rest of the pillars of the program are quite open, and you can get the amount of content and the amount of network that you'd like to have. It's an open program. You could get as many as you wish and as you believe. So I think, Maurizio, there are too many questions and people are asking, so it's quite interested in the program. It's quite promising. It makes promising the whole work that we are doing.
Yes, absolutely. I see we have one more question here. How can we help startups in Europe connect to the US and Silicon Valley, etc.?
Panagiotis, this is your time to answer.
To connect with the US, I think that some countries have some experts from the US that can help you. Then it's in your turn to go book a meeting with them and connect with the US people and experts.
So yes, for sure, the experts and could be the business developers people or the people that knows about how to launch a company in the US or in other countries all over the world, but also the angel investor sessions that will follow up the main program. Let me tell again about when you get the access to angel investor. It's needed to complete the updates. Updates are it's a very easy process. You have to fill out some gaps, some numbers weekly, and then you will get access to angel investors. And why is this important? Because these angel investors will be the access to the US. As you already seen, our previous year angel investor, Mr. Mike Panesis, is based in the US. So you will get benefited if you meet people like him. And this year we are going to have more angel investors to support the startups and to give this access to new markets.
We have one more question here. I would like to know, is there any educational support provided?
Of course, there is educational support provided. Actually, we have curated content. So there is curated content from our side as a main organizer, and every national program add its own material. So you will have this access to educational material, videos, documents, and things like that in order to help you and to have this educational kind of support. So if you're talking about technical support, on the platform will be provide the technical support. I mean, if there is an issue with the platform, we will be there and we will support you in any case. So if you are saying about support in general, so we provide, and you could find experts through the platform. This can be these experts would support you anyway, and of course you will have the access to the community, and this community could share with you, or you could share with them your obstacles or your issues that you may have.
Yeah, we have one more question here. I'm German. Can I join another program of my choice?
Yeah, of course. You can join the English program if you like, or another of your language preference. You have the free will to join whichever you think fits you the best and will help you accelerate your startup.
So yes, exactly. So you will have access to the programs, and this is something that we would love to do. But we provide, and this is a questions that some people have asked, as I can see some questions. So some people ask that there is a barrier between countries and nations. So we don't have any barrier or any other. This is an open online program. We provide the support to any person and to any startup founder, but we have a network of 9 countries. These 9 countries can serve better the countries that they are support. So we wish the next year we will have some people from other countries join and run their nationals program, and this could be more give more support and could provide this access to specific people from the countries. So we build this way with national program because we believe that you can talk in your language, so people could talk in your language. Could be the people of you could admire, you probably know. So the office hours are something like we provide to the community the best people, and I mean the best cases, so the most successful on the entrepreneurship and startup field. So this is why we say that it's national, but of course it's an open online program. Everybody with a tech idea will be benefited. So the question is, if you would like to join, and feel free and register now.
Someone asked, I have filled in the form. What can I expect now?
Okay, so now we will send you, probably next week, we will send you an email to register at the Founderhood platform in every country that you are. And then you just have to log in to sign up there and fill all the info of your startup, like which stage you are and things that I showed you at the presentation.
Yes, and also it will be an onboarding session that the programs will provide in order to help you with onboarding and the stuff like that. For sure, you will be notified through the email. So have a look on your inbox and check out that our emails are on the main email, not on junk or spam list. So please have a look on that in order to be sure that you will be connected and get the valuable info and the most important info about from our side.
In the meantime, we do all of our updates on our social media, so you can check what is going on there.
Someone asked, can I register to more than one program?
You can register in more than one program, but you have to be focused. And as from our experience, if you'd like to do something, you have to be specific and to be focused on what you are doing. So if you'd like to join in every program, it's possible. But I think that you have to choose one, and this could make your life easier and could help you be focused on what you are doing and supports you and gets 100% out of the program that you will participate.
Someone asked, how long will we have access after the 6 weeks end if we cannot cover all the learning material?
So the access will be lifetime, so you will have the access whenever you'd like to, and of course the access to the community, it's also for a lifetime.
Until next year.
For sure, until next year, I believe that it's a lifetime. So you will have this access to the educational material for sure for the next year, but maybe for a lifetime, if the platform exists. So yes.
Someone wonders if there are any archive videos on the website from last year, from 2021, that shows the interaction between startup individuals and experts, etc.
So there is the previous year output. So the closing event of the previous year that you could find, and also so there you could hear and you could learn on how the program went and get this information out of it. And let me tell you that this program is for free, so you will join and check it out on your own way and see if it fits to your needs or not. So you don't need to pay something, so you just have to register on thestartupuniverse.org or in any national program, and this is enough to understand what's going on. And I think that previous speakers like Jerome and Fenya covered that issue, so how the interaction was, and this is how you could get and learn on how was it.
Yeah, and also about the interaction between startup individuals and experts. These are one-on-one meetings that we believe that it's better to be in private, to talk with the experts about what you think could benefit you, and then there is no need to record some of these videos.
Exactly, and this is important because there is another question that I saw that if I can sign an NDA with the experts, or so it's up to you if you would like to sign any NDA. For sure, we say and we that what you say, it's up to you, and you could share what you believe that it's you feel more comfortable to share. So feel free to discuss with experts. Maybe if you are on late stage conversation or discussions about funding, then you will have to sign more papers and more things. And we wish you to, after the program, to get this funding, to get angel investment funding like the previous startups that took part on the previous year of the program.
Someone wonders if, do you have any limitations in the area/industry that the startup operates in?
Well, there is no limitation at all. You can be in any field. Last year, we had, I think, startups from 30 different fields. So you can join and find the expert that you think will be the best for you. Because we will also have experts from different fields and expertises.
So it's generally an open program. So this will help you and be, you could find experts from different industries and support you on the stage you are or in the industry that you are. Ari says that honestly, NDAs on startups is just a prestige thing. Yeah, it's maybe a prestige thing, but you can share what you feel comfortable to share to other people. But for sure, if you are doing a startup and want to start and want to sell, you have at least to sell your idea and check who gonna pay for that, or who, if the idea is needed, if you are on the very early stage. So IPs and things like that, I think it's more confidential. So that's why you have to be a little bit to have attention on that things.
Yes, we have a question here. If I participate this year, can I also participate the upcoming year?
Of course, yeah. There is no limit to that. You can join every year and support us and you yourself, and find and meet different experts each time, because they come more and more. So yeah, that's possible. I think we also have a lot of startups from last year that participate in Greece Startup Universe as well.
And yes, I see that. Maurizia, is there any other question?
No, it seems like we might have we covered it all.
Okay.
So yes, if there aren't any other questions, I think we can wrap up this Q&A.
So yeah, until let's wrap up and talk with Panayotis for some issues, for some specific things. So the registration are open until 28th of February. So it's maybe it's 1 week, less than 1 week. So feel free to register. We are here to answer in any question, and we are waiting for any question that may arise. This week you're gonna see more speakers and experts that are joining the initiative, and of course you could ask national organizers. You could see on the website who are the people behind the national programs. Also, you could find more information about what we have done. Also, Maurizia is running a great podcast series and videocast series, so you could see questions founders, investors, and people from the startup ecosystem that are sharing their experiences, that are sharing their what's going on different ecosystems. So you will find everything on our channels of European Startup Universe, and of course in every national program you could find more and more information. We are everywhere, and we are in almost in any channel, in any social media. So you feel free to reach out to them. Do you have any angel investors that specialize in the gaming industry? I think that we have angel investor that is specialized in the gaming industry. Of course, let me tell you that if we have a network of angel investors, so if the angel investor probably is not on your field, let's say that it's on biotech or in any other industry that you will not find, you can find the network in order to reach out to angel investors on the specific field that you are looking for. So the network give you that access to the right person, and this is exactly what we provide through the program that we are running for the second year in a row. Let's say, and some other things that I have noted and I've seen from some other questions that we have seen. This year program, I think it will be a massive program. This would give you and could meet as the previous people said, the panelists said that you will have the opportunity to meet more startups and people from other countries that could make the whole session quite huge. And as far as we've seen and through the experience, it's a quite massive event. Of course, there are. I will answer the question of Nikos Kouremenos. Yes, there will be angel investors on travel tech. So yeah, we had also the Mr. Mike Panesis that we had before. He has invested on hospitality in startups. So yes, we will have some people that are from travel tech industry too, and you will have this access. Yeah, as Pani said, the Cypriot teams are quite active on that chat, and also we have seen lots of registrations. So from Cyprus, and we're waiting for more registrations into that last week. So yeah, it's great to see people to ask and would like to have this access to the network that a program provides. And do you have any success founding stories from your previous program? Yes, I think that both Jerome and Fenya are doing quite well, and there are some other startups from Greeks that were based in UAE, in Arabic Emirates. They get funding right after the end of the previous program. So there were startups that raised funding, and they are quite successful on that. And we've seen that the most important thing is that startups still doing things and could find their next step throughout the program, or find people to work with. So there are too many opportunities. Imagine that you will get the access to a pool of people that are thinking, doing, and are willing to share stories, or to share experience, or to share their pain, actually, because this is a roller coaster. As Mauriza said before, the entrepreneurship path is a roller coaster. So this could be shared, and you will find people that are similar to you, and could understand the issues that you face on the program, or not only in the program, but of course through the whole experience, the whole startup experience. NDAs, we answered about NDAs. I would like to connect. Of course, you could feel free to reach out on our contact on our website if you'd like to send any about cooperation. So if you are a company, because you are asking what I have to do to reach out and see how you could support us. Of course, if you'd like to, just send us contact us a message, and we will reach out to you. More information about Startup Universe, European Startup Universe, I think we covered that question too. If my country is not listed, what I can do, you can apply in the countries that probably are in English. So we said before that the Cypriot program, it's mostly in English. Also, there are some other programs like Luxembourg, Hungary, and Croatia that most of them, the content will be in English. In some other countries will have some sessions in English too. If I understand, I've seen some other questions. Yes, you can find support if you are running a tech startup, for sure. If you are thinking on doing something on the field of entrepreneurship, and you have an idea that probably use technologies, this is a program that you have to join. Another guy said, I'm doing something on my free time, and I don't know if this is a business if it's a business project. I have uh, some people that are following me on GitHub. Could I participate in the program? Of course, you could participate if you have any project, any product that use technology. This is something that the European Startup Universe program will help you to find a way to make it a great startup.
Yeah, it's not only early stage startup, but also an idea stage. And if you hesitate any time to start your startup, you're a university student, for example, or someone who hasn't done something before but is thinking about it, you can join and see how it is to run it and start it. And with your communications and discussions with the experts, you will feel more comfortable with your idea.
And another question that Martin, I see Martin's question, with regards to the program, do you provide any funding, either in exchange for equity or as a loan or as a free grant for participating startups? So the answer is that we don't give, ESU don't give any funding. You could find people like angel investors that could give you angel money or connect you with VCs. So this program is you could participate for free. It's a non-equity program, and I think that this is something that you have just to register and get this access. The program starts early March. The registration deadline is the 28th of February. So of course, for any other question, or if you would like to provide something to the startups or for the national programs, feel free to reach out at, as I said, either on contact page on the website or in our email info@thestartupuniverse.org. And another question, Laden, am I eligible to apply a startup with a residence in Switzerland? I'm living in Cyprus. So yes, you could join the program, of course, probably Cyprus. It's a program that we could join. And of course, if you are an expat in any country of the world, you could join the program of your preference. And we've seen the previous year that Greeks from countries like Peru or Chile join the program and meet other founders, and they are quite active in the community that was built. So feel free to register for free and participate to the sessions that we are going to have, and national organizers are really are here and are willing to help you and support startups of their nation, and of course startups of the whole EU countries and the rest of the world. So I think that we covered the questions, and of course Mauriza is the time to wrap up and
Yes. Yeah, thank everyone for listening and asking really, really good questions. And thank you everyone for talking today and participating. And just a reminder to register on the 28th of February. That is the last day. It is exactly a week from now, I believe. So make sure to do that. Yeah, thank you everyone for listening, and good night.
Thank you
good
very
night.
much.
Thanks a lot. Register now to our channel, to the program, to the startupuniverse.org.
Bye.